Good morning everybody, welcome back to cilinixfxcapital. Hope you're all doing great and welcome to this new video and your daily updates right here on Ethereum. And yeah, we're going to do a full update on Ethereum right here. I'm a little bit less positive about Ethereum than yesterday, and I was also wrong, by the way. I mean, as most of you know, I always try to be honest in these videos and transparent. And what I said yesterday is that I expected the breakout, which was mostly above this level right here at 2450. I expected that to hold, and it failed to hold. And Ethereum right now, in general, is in a bit of a weird spot, which I don't necessarily think this is a very bad spot to be in. I mean, if you look at the 12-hour time frame, for example, right here on Ethereum, you can see we're respecting technical support levels like right here at 2380 fairly well. But the thing is that it's not really translating, it's not really transferring into bullish momentum. I mean, the volume, first of all, if you take a look at the volume from Ethereum, we had good volume getting back up to the value area low at 2430. But since then, volume has been low, right? And there hasn't been any major momentum for Ethereum specifically in the last week or in the last 2 weeks, while we did see a lot of that during May and the beginning of June, right? So that's fundamentally a development I'm not too happy about. And then outside of that, which was also different yesterday, ETH BTC is looking, first of all, very similar to the Ethereum chart, but second of all, it's also still respecting major resistance levels, and it has also broken down below the 50 EMA right here, which was a bit of a that gave us a bit of hope that ETH BTC could potentially get into some sort of an uptrend, which would obviously be great for Ethereum. So if we take a look at the footprint chart, I think that's the best way to gauge kind of what Ethereum is doing. What you can see is that we are still relatively stable, right? So we have formed some sort of a range right here, I would say between 2400, and yes, we have deviations below that, but that's normal. But between 2400 to the downside, and then 2460 here to the upside. And for now, I would say it's just stable in that area, and being stable in that area is pretty weird because we're very often trading below the value area that we had, which I would say is not ideal, and that also makes me very cautious on Ethereum. Not sure if bearish is the right word, but cautious. And I think it's just best for Ethereum right now to wait for a real breakout, right? So then I'm talking about a breakout either above 2460 for some more confirmation that we can actually, be bullish, or a breakdown below 2400. And both of those, first of all, are possible. And then I'm slightly leaning towards expecting a bullish breakout, but that is very much dependent on Bitcoin, because like I said, Ethereum at this point of time lacks that strength of its own, and it lacks that capability to outperform Bitcoin. So yeah, when we're actually getting into this into the actual analysis right here on Ethereum, and where I say what I think is most likely, I would say it's still most likely that first of all we will remain stable, right, in that same balance, in that same area as we have been. And I still think it's slightly more likely that we will get a move back into the 2500s with that point of control, and that we will also still get a move into that level at 2650. But I do want to stress that given the underperformance against Bitcoin, and given the lack of momentum here with the volume, but also with the open interest, I would say that this is most likely, but it's not something I'm going to be trading. So yeah, do with that what you like, but those are my thoughts, at least on Ethereum for now. So if you do have any questions, let me know down in the comments as always. Have a great day. I'll be back with a middle of the day market update in which hopefully we have a little bit more information technically. So hopefully I'll see you there, but that's it for now. Thank you for watching, take care, and bye.